ask me about the GR Yaris, I always say it's a hero car. It makes an average driver seem like a really good driver. I mean, it's so composed. The engine is so easy to rev. It's so stable. It's so cliche, but it brings out the rally driver in you. Hi, my name is Gaby Alcantara. I drive a 2021 Toyota GR Yaris. The GR Yaris was really meant to be a homologation car, okay? So for them to, for Toyota to use it in a WRC, they had to make, I think, around 2,500 or 3,000 road-going models of the Yaris. The hype around the GR Yaris during development was actually crazy, you know. I followed the development very closely, and then people were talking about, you know, 3-cylinder turbo generating about 260 horse, okay? Small car, about 1,100 kilos, lightweight turbo car, you know. So the hype was there and expectations were through the roof, right? When I got the car, you know, I drive it almost every day. And then when the car was finally broken in and, you know, you could actually drive it a bit in anger, I think the car met all the expectations and more. I have a very, almost a very realistic mindset about car modification. I always start with what will make the car drive better. The first thing I actually did was just to get lowering springs for the car. And after that, we began modifying the engine. We installed a cold air intake and also a power box. The power box added about 40 horsepower and maybe about 50 to 60 torque. I began to feel that maybe the springs didn't really match the kind of driving we were doing, you know, twisty roads. So then I went KW V3s for the suspension, and that really changed the way the car handled. I mean, you enter a corner a bit harder, you could come out of the corner and the car would be a bit more stable, not very stable, okay? So yeah, so it was very basic suspension, wheels, tires, and then just a bit more power for the engine. Oh, exhaust. I installed also a Grelly exhaust. For the purists who don't like modifying the cars, I totally get it. You know, there are guys who actually buy modified cars and bring it back to stock. For me, I do like modifying because it's an expression also of myself. I just can't help it sometimes. I have to do something with the car. It's very personal for me to modify a car. I never liked modifying over the top, like, you know, like big wings or aero kits or something. I usually keep the body very simple and basic, and then just do all the modification for the driving experience. I'm a type of person who would not put many miles on the car. I'd baby it, you know, I'd be so careful where I park. I mean, I would have to know beforehand where I'd go because the car might scrape. When I began driving with this group, I began to realize that part of the joy in owning the car would be to use the car. And then I realized that by babying the car, I would only be keeping the car in good condition for the next owner, and I wouldn't be able to enjoy the car, you know? So this GR Yaris actually allows me now to really enjoy driving. And I think that's something that is very hard to put value on. The group I drive with, this fantastic group of guys, no, new friends, we always look for twisty roads which aren't well-traveled. And then we're lucky to have a friend who actually has the courage and the patience to map out these locations. And yeah, I mean, I've discovered parts of the Philippines which I've never seen before. I mean, it's only now that I'm beginning to realize how beautiful the Philippines is, no? But the thing is, you have to drive out of Manila to see beautiful views and really nice locations, you know. I've actually rediscovered the joy of driving with this car.